Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, we're nearing the end of the year, and we've got this new moon in Scorpio. It's a water sign, Scorpio, and it's powerful. It feels powerful to me. And Scorpios are ruled by the planet Pluto. And this planet is very much about transformations, like Scorpio, the sign is. And it's also like this phoenix rising from the ashes energy that once we go through the transformation itself, our life will be completely changed. Change in a way that's irreversible. And that's the power of Pluto. Pluto completely transforms what is difficult and what is painful. And it almost takes us to this rock bottom space. But once it's over, we just get to the next level. We get to a level we actually never quite imagined. Now, the fact that it's a Scorpio new moon, it's the Scorpion energy here is really utilizing the strength of the moon in its darkness, right? In its most introverted type energy. And it's really reminding us to be mindful and gentle with ourselves and everyone around us. So it's important for us to really let go of the drama, especially with this particular new moon in Scorpio, because Scorpio's energies tend to be quite fixed. And we'll talk about the tarot card associations in a minute. But this energy of Scorpio is a magnetic energy. So if you do not want the next couple of weeks, right, until we get to that full moon, to be magnetized with dramas or problems, or again staying in the depth of the difficulty, come out of it. Come out of it and really land in your intuitive space and trust the light-hearted nature of Scorpios, which tend to be very charismatic and very confident and very much prone to looking at things and harnessing energies in order to ground themselves and cleanse themselves, right? So when I was doing the meditation, the word that came up was this energy of reframing. And I'll talk a little bit about that when we get to the tarot cards. But this word that came in the meditation was reframe. It's not, initially I thought, is it the energy of the hanged man, which is to look at things differently? And it was like, no. It was literally reframe what you already possess. So it's not necessary to look at things differently, but it was almost like recycle the things that you have. Recycle your engagement, right? Reframe it so that it looks and feels energetically potent and magnetized to you, to what you want to attract. So the Scorpio moons, again, it influences a lot of things, a lot of areas of our lives, from politics to our own mental psychology, to sex, to contracts, to business, etc. It pretty much influences the gamut of what is humanity. And we are being guided through this incredibly potent energy of cleansing and transformation to hunker down and do the work, do the cleansing work, so that great phase of manifestation, that literally comes with that Plutonian energy, can come and grace your world. All right, let's move on to the next slide. So Scorpio's ruling planet in the chakra system, again, as I mentioned before, I already spoke about Pluto in the previous slide, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the crown chakra and the heart chakra. Now, when we're talking about Scorpio, it is a water sign, and water signs water can be cold and moist. It's an element of emotions. It's the element of the unconscious. And it rules a vast array, like I said before, of emotions, but also of complexities. And water can sort of move into crevices and areas that we never thought could be shaken up. So keep an eye out for that kind of energy, but most importantly, keep connected to the higher wisdom, which is why the crown chakra is activated with Scorpion energies. Keep it at an elevated space where you move away from its moodiness or irritable engagement that can come with a Scorpio moon, right? So we want to just move sort of like away from that engagement, because again, Pluto is about regeneration. It's about transformation, and what we want to stay in is in that crown chakra area of knowing that the divine is with you, and in that heart chakra area of loving, and again having that incredible compassion and being mindful and gentle with yourself and with all those around you. Let's move on to the next slide. So I have to admit that I'm super happy that I decided to sort of do this offering a day before the actual new moon sort of came in and ushered in, because I was kind of going through something where I was just getting irritable, and I was getting upset, and I was getting pessimistic, and I was getting moody, all these energies. And then I'm like, oh my God, I have to do the meditation for the new moon in Scorpio. This is that Scorpion energy. And sure enough, it really, really was, because it was all of the challenges that I was going through was really for me to remember to harness the moon's energy, to regulate my emotions, to ground with the moon, to cleanse with the moon, to connect with my own inner strength with the moon. And I can already feel that this is quite potent, because in my tropical astrology, I am a moon in Scorpio. So of course it was going to trigger me, and of course it was going to lend itself to, peeking its head with little problems here and there. And it was just a reminder for me to connect and reframe, right? That word reframe. With a new moon in Scorpio, it is incredibly important to scan our emotions and our intuitions and feel the difference between what it is to have an opportunity to transform versus what it is to be in the space of problems and challenges, right? With a Scorpio, it rules the death card in Tarot, or rather Tarot rules the Scorpion energy. And that's because death, when it comes, it can trample everything in an expected way, actually, because we're expecting that something is going to happen. But when death actually appears, it appears with, and this is with a tarot reading, it appears usually with a quote-unquote problem, because as much as we would like to think that we are all so incredibly, connected to the divine or aware of the other side, etc., when the actual death energy enters our space, we go into freak out mode. It's human nature. We don't want to see other people die. We don't want to see things in our lives, quote unquote, die. We don't want to see our loved ones die, right? So even though an energy like death may be expected, we don't exactly know how to stay in its field with grace. And that's when that Judgment card comes in. Judgment rules Scorpio as well, because the Judgment card is ruled by the planet Pluto. So both the Death card and the Judgment card are both ruled by the planet Pluto. And so part of the death energy that makes it easier for us to digest death is to enter the field of forgiveness. Be in the space of forgiving yourself and forgiving others. And that was the lesson that I was like, thank God that I started doing this reading and preparing the offering for the new moon in Scorpio, because I'm not going to have time to do it literally the day before, so I have to do it on Wednesday. But thank God that I remembered to the Judgment card, which I feel, even though the Death card is the card that represents Scorpio itself, I feel through the meditation and the reframing that the most powerful aspect is the forgiveness aspect. The ability to allow the divine. I have a whole thing on forgiveness. I always say to people, I don't know how to forgive you, nor do I have the authority, right? Like, I don't. But I could ask the divine realms to intervene and do the quote unquote forgiveness work for me. So even though something may be challenging, to really ask the divine, hey, can you help me with this forgiveness work? Because I don't know how to do it. And I think that's part of the reframing, right? Part of reframing what it is to forgive is inviting the divine to assist us with that perspective of forgiveness as we interface with the Death card that is bent on recycling everything around us, which is challenging in and of itself. That process is going to happen with or without an intervention, but the aftermath or the energy that precedes the Death card is something that we can work with through the divine realms to smooth the blade, if you will, of the Death card. All right, let's go on to the next frame. So if you're like me and you're journaling, remember that new moons are about new beginnings, and it's a perfect time to just start something new. Make sure to set a plan to manifest your intentions, right? It's not just about writing it out. It's actually about setting a plan to make sure that the intentions are on a roll. So if you're journaling with this new moon in Scorpio, you might want to write about what it is that you want to fix in your life by reimagining what it would look like, how it would make you feel, and what you'd like to accomplish with this new transformative aspect of your life. If you are journaling, doing affirmations, and I happen to pull the Death card, you can say something like, I harness my energy to reset my life. That's a good one. Or you could say that I'm willing to let go of the past with love or with forgiveness. And that's if I pull the Death card for you, right? Those are intentions that you can set forth for yourself during this new moon in Scorpio. If I happen to pull the Judgment card, you can say something like, my choices are aligned with my life purpose, right? That idea that there's a life purpose or a purpose to the energy of death or recycling of something going on around us has a purpose. So that's if I pull that card for you, that judgment card, it's almost, you can almost even say, this is destined for me, right? Or this process is destined for me with love and grace. All right, let's get to the readings. Hi everyone, so this is going to be the reading, and I am using since it's holiday season here, right, the Halloween, we're using the Seasons of the Witch Oracle cards, because we haven't used Oracle cards in a while, and also the Arc-en-Ciel Tarot deck. So let's just get started. Again, planetary ruler is Pluto, signified here by the Death card in this deck, and it is a new moon. So it's a new moon in Scorpio, ruled by the planet Pluto. And then we have the Death card. Now, when we speak of death, we're talking about spiritual transformations, new beginnings, letting go, endings, change, transitions, sudden or unexpected upheavals, etc. You get a purging, even a purging. And in its more challenging, it's the inability to move forward, right? It's this fear of a new beginning. It's sort of solidifying yourself into a space of negativity, and it's more challenging. Resisting change is a big challenge to the Death card, right? And then we also have the Judgment card. When we're dealing with judgment, it's about awakening, it's about renewals, it's about decisions, it's about sometimes apportionment of blame. Again, we spoke about forgiveness, a final reckoning, a final examination, right? So in its most challenging, it can be indecision, it can be self-doubt, it can be lack of self-awareness, because the Judgment card is about being aware of how you judge others and yourself, etc. So that's on its most challenging aspect. All right, so let's begin with Aries. We've got Temperance, and we've got mulch and manure. Hardships are coming to an end. The seeds you sowed will be blooming soon. Oh, what a beautiful, I almost feel like, your reading is, for those of you with a moon in Aries, I almost feel like let go of the reins. Don't control anything. You're going to be rewarded. Things are very harmonious for you with this new moon in Scorpio. Let the angelic field right here, the angelic realms, take over, and let those seeds just come up, right? Once we plant a seed, once we make a decision to seed something, we're not in the ground underneath checking the roots, etc., right? We just let it go because we trust the process. That's your guidance. Trust this process. And next we have Taurus babies. You've got a major arcana, right? This is, I hope you guys can see it. This is the Sun card. And then we've got wand making. With a flick of a focus, you will come to see your vision realized. Beautiful. I'm being drawn here to, oh, excuse me. We have to go back. With this energy of letting things go, right? Of letting it sort of not being in control, I am drawn to the Death card here, right? So there's something that's renewing itself. There's something here that's a spiritual transformation even, or a new beginning that's coming your way. Pardon moi. Sorry about that, Aries. Now, Taurus. So this energy of the sun, for me, this is the sun card, is always about the beloved. It's always about being in the spirit of and in the engagement of love. But with this card here, wand making, it's also about alchemy, right? When we have the sun, it's one of the tarot cards that does really express itself in alchemy. So things are going to be illuminated, right? I am being brought to the judgment card for you. Things are going to be illuminated. Things are going to have the sun shine upon it. And you are also an active participant in that, right? So to the extent that anything needs to be released or any judgments need to be let go, do that work, right? Do that work, because wand making for me is almost like a preparation for the wish come true. And that energy of just awakening, right? The sun energy, the illumination aspect of awakening, which is also part of the judgment card. The next moon is moon in Gemini, babies. We have the King of Swords here, and we have lemonade. Make the most out of your situation by opening your mind to new possibilities, right? So when we got that, obviously we're drawn. I'm trying to hold all these cards at once. I don't know if I'm being too successful here. But when we've got that, we've got this energy of the death card in the mix here, right? So allow yourself a new possibility, a new beginning. With this taking charge, it also means that you have to actively seek that new beginning. Make the lemonade, right? So for you, with a new moon in Scorpio, don't be afraid to cut out. You've got that sword here and you've got the scythe here, right? Don't be afraid to cut out the BS and make lemonade out of it. Make it possible for you to have this new beginning. I think I'm going to put the oracle cards. I just want to kind of see the oracle cards so that at the end I could just read that. All right. We've got next the moon in Cancer, baby. Wow, we've got a lot of, and I shuffled my cards a lot, but we've got a lot of major arcana, so I feel like a lot of people are going to be going through that transformative experience with this new moon in Scorpio. And we've got insects. Vigilance is necessary at this time. Heed the warning. Wow, it makes sense because the magician is incredibly vigilant and looking at the details and looking at and of course I'm drawn to the death card, and looking at, what is coming. And the reason why I am drawn to the death card is because of that word vigilance. When death does traverse and does come across us, it's really important for us to be still and be vigilant. And vigilant to the extent of looking at even the most microscopic energies in order to pull off the magic, right? So when you're in real life the magician, you sort of can't screw up your routine, because if you do, the magic won't come to fruition, right? The people won't see what they came to you and paid for. Fascinating. Next we have the moon in Leo, babies. And we've got, wow, I don't know what's going on with this new moon, but there's another major arcana, right? It's the judgment card. So since we have the judgment card, I'm going to be pulled here to the death card. But let's see. Paper boats. Stay afloat and don't tilt too much. A lesson awaits you. Wow. So for you with Leo moon babies, either which way you turn, right? Either which way you turn, you want to be very careful, because there are major changes happening with those with the moon in Leo. So remember the beautiful lesson of the Judgment card, to stay in that space of forgiveness and to stay in the space where you're kind and gentle to yourself, and let this just pass. Let the energy of the Death card pass through you, right? That's why you have to kind of like be gentle and not sway too much. Be gentle, keep to your course, and stay in the angelic field here. Wow. Oops, wrong card. So yeah, for the moon in Leo babies out there, do that extra prayer work, right? You want to do the extra stuff that you need for this energy to just pass you in a smooth and gentle way. All right, we've got Virgo babies. You've got the Ace of Swords. So if you were asking a yes or no question at this time, the answer is yes. And we've got Lightworker. The transmutation of shadow is needed when seeking the light that guides you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And because this was talking about guidance and seeking the light that guides you, I was drawn to the Judgment card. The Judgment card, as you can see, there's an angelic force there. And this is also the path of the light. The path of the light. So be careful, because you did ask a yes or no question, somebody did, and the answer is yes. And you want to be careful that when you're moving through as a light worker, that you don't have any hang-ups, that there's no judgment of yourself or others in this process, because you do want this to be smooth. And I only say that because we've got a sword, right? We don't have the Ace of Wands, we don't have the Ace of Cups, we don't have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords. So when we have the Ace of Swords, we want to be careful about our mental construct, which is why that judgment, being careful about judging yourself and others, came through. Next we have Scorpio moon babies. This is your moon. Yeah, just relax. This is the Six of Cups. Relax. Govern yourself. Govern your emotions. Definitely regulate your emotions. And keep your emotions under wrap. You don't have to share your emotions with everyone. It's okay. And then we've got here sun salutation. Praise the temple that carries your spirit. Support is needed. Yeah, so if support is needed, right? And sorry, let's do that so you can see it. Support is needed, and we are, being asked to stay in our temple. I'm being drawn to that Death card, right? Because whenever we're speaking even about a temple, we are speaking about the body. And you see sometimes these bodies here on the floor as the Death card comes and tramples them. But when we also see the Death card, we will be getting support, because there's a brand new beginning, a brand new foundation. But for you, Scorpio moon babies, it's happening with the sun salutation. So as you can see, this is a yoga pose. It's happening very smoothly and very simple, so long as you stay emotionally grounded. Next we have, I am so sorry, that was not Scorpio, that was the moon in Libra babies. Apologies. This is your Scorpio baby. Oh my gosh, I don't have it together. So the one I just did was for the Libra moon babies. And this one is for the Scorpio moon baby. So you're starting something new. You're actively creating something new. The card here is fruit wine. This is a celebratory invitation to the possibilities gifted when you reach beyond yourself. Beautiful. So I am here being drawn to the Judgment card, because this is about reaching beyond yourself, right? Reaching into the depths of who you are in order to bring forward and create this amazing, beautiful, I mean, I don't know what it is, but if it's fruit wine, it's good. And it's fun and it's exciting and it's energetic and it's like that card said, celebratory. So this Queen of Wands energy is bringing in and ushering in a celebration. I almost feel like it's the resurrection, right? That Easter energy of the resurrection, of the light literally entering your world. I almost feel like the flame of light as well. Oops. So yeah, really good, Scorpio. You've done the work or you're doing the work. I don't know, but good for you. Good for you. Next, we have Sagittarius moon babies. Let's see, what do we have? We have the Three of Pentacles right here. And then we have scavenger hunt. What you thought was hidden is hiding in plain sight. What you thought was hidden is hiding in plain sight. I'm going to pull the Death card. So there's some communication here. You're dealing with some communication that was in your mind not clear because either the words didn't land or something to do. But it's not that it's not clear, it's that you haven't sought out the clarification. And I bring the Death card because sometimes people don't realize that at the bottom here, there are some bodies and some other narratives going on. We've got the Hierophant there. We've got the Maiden there, which is the Strength card at the corner there. We've got the Children, which is the Nostalgia card. And then we've got the Emperor, Trampled, right? So if you're not paying attention, one would say those are hidden meanings that are in the Death card as opposed to anything hidden necessarily in the Judgment card. Hidden meanings are in the Death card. So for you to go on the scavenger hunt, what it means is you got to kind of sift through things and remove those aspects that aren't serving you so that you can have this clear communication and make the money that you're seeking to make. Next, we have Capricorn moon babies. We've got I keep pulling this card. Nine of Cups, right? So this is all about family ties. This is all about your emotions being satisfied. And we've got rot and decay. It festers when left in the shadows. Bring it to life by giving it away. Wow. Obviously, rot and decay is the Death card, right? The Death card energy. Maybe you could do it this way. So yeah, when it comes to your emotional waters or family matters that have been weighing you or that have been overflowing you with emotions, it's really important to just let it go. If it's not working and it's causing you too much angst, let it go. Start again. Next, we have the Aquarius moon babies, and we've got the Four of Pentacles. So there's some new exciting engagement that's starting and that's actually taking flight for you. And then we have hydration. There is more to the story than meets the eye. Be mindful of what hides beneath the surface. Interesting. Be mindful of what hides beneath the surface. There is death here. Be very cautious about any new opportunities that you may want to take right now because you haven't fully digested its liquid. You haven't fully digested its information in order for this to successfully take off without any weight keeping it down. The weight being that stuff that we're not clearly seeing at this present moment. Last and never least, we have the Piscean moon babies, and we've got here the Five of Wands. Anything that you've done in the past that is tried and true will work for you during this new moon in Scorpio season. Daisies. There is a whisper of a glimpse of opportunities to fill your life with joy. I absolutely love that. One of the things that I always share with people is that, hold on a second, my computer needed a password. One of the things I always share with people when I see this Five of Wands is that just because it's tried and true doesn't mean it's going to happen in the exact same way that you think it should, right? It's not. It's going to happen in an unexpected way, and because of that unexpected way of the Five of Wands, I am pulling the Judgment card here. This, again, death is something that we kind of expect. We're not prepared for it, but we expect. But the Judgment card is sort of like an unexpected opportunity to be in that space of illumination and forgiveness, right? In order for us to create and rise up again with something new. And it is creative. It's creative, but in an incredibly unexpected way, yet it's something that you already do, right? And keep it under wraps. Keep it a secret. Don't tell anyone until you've gone through this spiritual transformation here. Love it. And don't worry about it too, because what comes out of this is daisies. All right, that is the energy for this new moon in Scorpio. I just wanted to read these words: mulch and manure, wand making, lemonade, insects, paper boat, light worker, sun salutations, fruit wine, scavenger hunt, root and decay, or rot and decay rather, hydration, and daisies. That story for me is like everything that we are going through will turn out daisies. I love that we ended with daisies. It might be a little rough collectively going through this because of this Judgment card, of this judgment energy that's literally permeating our entire society here in the West and around the world, right? We need to get past that. We need to go into the space of forgiveness and allow this death process, allow this rejuvenation, allow this renewal to take place, because it has to, because we don't have a choice, because it's part of the process and part of the life and part of this moment in time. We can't do anything about the change, but we can do a lot about how we engage it and how we receive it and what we allow to judge us and what we allow to judge ourselves with. And again, Pluto is one of those energies. It's going to give us those hard lessons, but know that it's to come out at the end of this, to come out resurrected, to come out awakened, in an awakened state, which we all need to do. And through it all, we come out with daisies. All right, be safe, everyone. Stay in the positive aspect of the new moon in Scorpio, no matter how challenging. I can guarantee you this: if you pause, if you meditate, if you pray, if you give up to the angelic forces what you cannot control, you're going to be grounded. You're going to be safe. You're going to be in the space of transformation that is smooth and easy. All right. I love you guys. Till next time. Bye.